Welcome, Domain Dave here from cheapwinefinder.com with the wine. We got a wine today, value price wine. It's $12.99 at Costco. Elsewhere, it's anywhere from $15 to $21, $22, with most of them on the higher end. It's a bargain at Costco. What wine is it? It's the Malene by Chamisal Vineyards Rosé 2023. It's Chamisal Vineyards in the Central Coast, San Luis Obispo, and they have vineyards elsewhere too. In the Central Coast for 51 years. They're now owned by the Crimson Wine Group, which has a pretty fancy array of wineries in their stable. Again, we write up 3 value price wines a week, and then we plug in the microphone, and well, that's where we're at right now. So this is a Provence style rosé, but it's from the Central Coast, and it was a warm, long growing season. It got tons of rain. One of the things they always say, it's a wine-ism, is that grapes that struggle taste better, but these grapes got plenty of water and had good soil, and they're doing just fine. So it's so I think one of the things that grapes need to struggle is, sometimes, not always, but they had a lot of good rain in California that year, and everything came out just fine. This is mostly Grenache. What else is in there? There's Vermentino, which is a white grape. Mourvedre, Carignan, bunch of mostly grapes that you would find in a Provence rosé. And that's what the whole thing here is supposed to be. And it's not, because it's California. And the Provence is the south of France and the Mediterranean Sea, and this is the Pacific Ocean. But sometimes trying to do something from somewhere else, somewhere new, comes good results, and that's what we have here. The alcohol is 12.5, which is nice and balanced. You're seeing rosés higher and higher in alcohol. 12.5 is fine. It's a pretty label. It's a pretty wine. It's more peach than pink, if you ask me. And it's got kind of it's light and crisp, but it's got, the flavors have some heft to them, which is really nice for a rosé, while still being light and crisp. Let's go take a couple sips and we'll talk about it. This is a dry rosé, but every so often you'll get a juicy flavor in there. And it's kind of a stew. It's kind of, you're kind of getting grapefruits and lemon and apples and peach all mixed together, and like the peach is the fruity one. Then on the mid palate, you get a little bit of coconut oil, maybe some nectarine, maybe some raspberry, some riper red berry kind of thing going on. And like I said, there was Vermentino, which is a white grape in here, just because that usually gives a wine some pizzazz, some sizzle, especially a red grape, because they have more acidity than red would have. And this is a rosé that tastes expensive. Sometimes value price wines are really bright and juicy, and they're like a puppy. They want you to you want to pet them, and that's fine. But there's not a lot of depth there, and But this one seems like a wine that's more like a wine you find in a wine bar, but for $12.99 at Costco. Because sometimes they have to have a little bit more to them because they're wine experts. Well, you're gonna get a wine expert wine for cheap here. This is no more expensive than any other value price rosé around here. And it's from a winery that's been around 51 years. Still has their estates, even though they're owned by the Crimson Wine Group. They still have their estates. They still have their winemaking team. And so it's not just like a brand and they do whatever they want with the wine. It doesn't really follow what they used to do. And Malene is a separate brand, but as far as I can see, there's only 2 wines in the Malene brand. This one and an Old Vine Rosé, which is the first time I've ever seen that on a rosé, which is probably fairly interesting, but Costco didn't have that one. Yeah, this is nice. A nice package. The label's pretty. The wines taste good. The price is right. And it's rosé. And that goes year round. Since it's got a little more heft to the flavors, you could probably have it with a meal. You're not going to probably have it with steak or anything, but you can have it with, common sense kind of food. I'm going to take another sip and we'll close this up. Yep. It's one of those wines that get you reaching for the glass before your brain tells you to take another sip. It just beckons you. So that's it for me, Domain Dave, CheapWineFinder.com. This is Malene by Chamisal Vineyards Rosé 2023. It's $12.99 at Costco, or you can pay more for it elsewhere if you want to. That's up to you. And I'll be back. I've got the first of the Halloween wines coming up before too long. We'll have to do a couple of those. So adios, keep it cheap, and I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days. So adios. Bye-bye.